Good afternoon. This is the 5FM Radio Main News, the headlines. The opposition Citizens First Party expresses its commitment to cooperate with various opposition parties on national affairs. Two suspects apprehended in connection with the recent theft of 1,500 by 50 kg bags of urea fertilizer. And Zelensky cuts short South Africa visit after Russian attack on Kyiv. This bulletin is also live on our Facebook, 5FM Radio Zambia, and YouTube, 5FM Radio Zambia. With the details, my name is Lance Sannie Banda. The leader of the opposition Citizens First Party, Harry Kalaba, has reiterated his party's commitment to promoting unity, solidarity, and meaningful cooperation among leaders of various opposition parties. Speaking when he featured on the Thursday edition of The Burning Issue, Mr. Kalaba notes that safeguarding the nation's interests and responding effectively to the complex challenges currently affecting the lives of ordinary citizens is critical. He pointed out that the country is facing numerous issues, ranging from economic instability and rising unemployment to governance concerns and social inequality. Mr. Kalaba further stated that the Citizens First Party remains ready and willing to engage with like-minded stakeholders who prioritize the welfare of the Zambian people above partisan interests.
The decision was made on the 15th of March that we are going to re-strategize on how we move. And I held them on. I said, colleagues, I think we have to pull together. But they said, no, President, this is the direction that we have agreed for ourselves in the manifesto. We are not achieving this because currently we are under this umbrella. And maybe let us think of just working with everybody else on the political market. So anyway, to cut the long story short, President Savoy is innocent. She has been a great supporter of Harry Kalaba, even in that same UKA. She had wanted CF to remain in that UKA. She wishes the best for UKA. But what can she do? She's just one person.
In the meantime, Mr. Kalaba has voiced strong opposition to the ongoing efforts by the ruling party to amend the national constitution.
Mano muntu waishiwa ma problems yabantu omwabika pali bomwine mushi tababula omuntu atiyo panti omwe achana opusha grade 12 isakuno nakasaginga ati no wala wa village headman takwabe efyo babula omuntu obesho litasunga abantu pantu mwamina bantu tanaka. So if wenga ba CF tulando kutila ida provision and me I thought bakainde ichirema abatemu abalanda bakainde ichirema abatemu abantu bonse. These are the provisions you should have been saying. Bakansela level kubakansela. You don't need to have a grade 12 certificate.
Police have apprehended two suspects in connection with the recent theft of 1,500 by 50 kilogram bags of urea fertilizer and other farming inputs from a warehouse in Chinika Industrial Area incident. The police have also recovered 366 bags of fertilizer. Assistant Public Relations Officer Godfrey Chilabi says police received a tip-off that led to the apprehension of Sydney Moma, a 47-year-old from Kanyama compound. Mr. Chilabi says the suspect is believed to be one of the drivers who transported the fertilizer from the warehouse using a white man truck. He says upon interrogation, the suspect led officers to Mumbwa where the fertilizer was delivered. Mr. Chilabi says in Mumbwa, officers apprehended the second suspect, Andrew Hamunji, age 38, from Mumbwa district. Mr. Chilabi says Hamunji, a businessman involved in agro-related activities, was found in possession of 366 bags of urea fertilizer, each weighing 50 kilograms and packed in ETG branded bags, which has since been recovered. He added that the vehicle used in the transportation of the stolen goods has been impounded and both suspects are currently in police custody.
He is believed to be one of the drivers who transported the fertilizer from the warehouse using a white MAN truck, registration number BAR 6490. Upon interrogation, the suspect led officers to Mumbwa, where the fertilizer was delivered. In Mumbwa, officers apprehended a second suspect, Andrew Hamunji, 8, from Mumbwa district. Hamunji, a businessman involved in agro-related activities.
Community Action Against Corruption has challenged the Anti-Corruption Commission (SEC) to tell the Zambians whether the two Financial Intelligence Center reports of 2023 and 2024 are still under active investigations or the chapters on the two reports have mysteriously been closed. Organization Chief Executive Officer Brighton Tembo is concerned about the status of the two reports, adding that 2 years is enough time for the Commission to fail to update Zambians on the status of the two reports. He says the Financial Intelligence Center FIC openly stated that the reports were disseminated to law enforcement agencies for further investigations, but the organization is surprised the silence from Anti-Corruption Commission (SEC) over the two reports in the past 2 years is surprising and shocking. He has also demanded for an official update on the status of the following cases, which ACC announced they were investigating.
Commission to update Zambians on the corruption cases which they announced that they were investigating. For example, the scandal at the Ministry of Finance, the investigations concerning the Solicitor General, investigations concerning cabinet ministers, investigations concerning ZAMSA, the investigations on the Ministry of Defense scandal, where it is believed that some officers and some people received kickbacks.
Over 150 stores officers from across Zambia gathered in Siavonga for a high-impact national workshop themed optimizing storage and inventory management, smart strategies for efficiency and profitability. Organized by the Zambia Institute of Purchasing and Supply (ZIPS), the workshop is a landmark effort to professionalize and modernize the stores and inventory function across both public and private institutions. Gracing the official opening on behalf of the Secretary to the Treasury, Felix Nkulukusa, underscored the government's expectations for accountability and smart resource management in public service. He praised ZIPS for convening the workshop and urged participants to return to their institutions with a renewed commitment to reform, digitalization, and efficiency. He was represented by the Director for Policy Research and Standards, Mr. David Kongwa, who delivered the keynote address as guest of honor. And representing the ZIP's president, Vice President Mr. Polite Hamaleka, delivered a compelling statement on the evolution of the store's function in Zambia's public sector. He acknowledged that historically, the function was operated under accounting units in line with the Public Finance Act. And in other news trending this afternoon, historian Bizek Piri has urged individual political parties within the Tonse Alliance to establish a clear stance on whether they intend to contest the upcoming elections as separate entities or as a united alliance. Southern African Center for the Constructive Resolution of Disputes SACOD acting executive director Arthur Muyunda has discouraged citizens to take the time to has rather encouraged citizens to take the time to carefully review the 2025 report of the Electoral Reform Technical Committee. Up next, the business news.
5FM Radio Business News. We mean business. Keep you current in commerce, trade, and industry, local and global. It's our business to keep you informed about business.
Zambia Association of Citizen Contractors ZACO President Mtalim Pepo has expressed optimism that there will be increased involvement of local contractors in the construction of palaces for traditional leaders. He emphasized the importance of citizen participation in such national development projects, noting that engaging Zambian contractors not only boosts local capacity but also ensures that resources are reinvested into the local economy. Mr. Mpepo further stated that this approach aligns with the government's broader agenda of empowering citizens and promoting sustainable development through inclusive infrastructure initiatives.
Our members have participated before and they are still participating. There are no doubts. That is where we say always we urge government, especially local government and, infrastructure, make sure that the locals participate in these projects. It is for the benefit of Zambians. It's for the benefit of the country. It's for the benefit of everybody. As long as the money remains within our country, as we are safe, that is our, everyday cry to the government that make sure there are Zambians participating in it. Then we can benefit as a country.
Ends the business news.
5FM Radio Business News. We mean business. Keep you current in commerce, trade, and industry, local and global. It's our business to keep you informed about business.
Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky has cancelled part of his first visit to South Africa after an overnight Russian missile and drone attack on Ukraine's capital, Kyiv. At least 8 people were killed and more than 80 injured, including children in the attack, local officials said. Zelensky said in a post on X that he would return to Ukraine immediately after meeting his South African counterpart Cyril Ramaphosa as part of his trip to ramp up diplomatic efforts. For more, here's a roundup from the BBC.
Mr. Zelensky is breaking off a trip to South Africa following the attack, in which 9 people were killed and dozens injured. He's under pressure from the United States to accept territorial concessions to Russia, with President Trump accusing him of standing in the way of peace. Oleksiy Hontarenko, a Ukrainian MP, says Washington needs to be kept on side. Police in Indian-administered Kashmir have named 3 militants suspected of carrying out Tuesday's deadly attack in the region. They say 2 are Pakistani nationals. The police have also announced a reward of more than $20,000